Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As promised, I was gonna do a few videos within the next week for mental health, and so this is it. Like, I'm doing another one. I don't really know where this one's gonna go. I think I'm just gonna have like a rant video basically because I don't really have a topic in mind that I want to talk about right now. That may change though, so we shall see where this goes. I guess right now what's on my mind in regards to mental health is really, like, I've been on Facebook and I've been seeing just like so much negative stuff being spewed about mental health, and it's just like we're going like 7 steps backwards by doing this. And what I mean by that is like basically memes or things or like just posting stuff that you think that isn't gonna harm somebody. Like, I don't know, you wouldn't kick somebody who has a broken leg. Like, it's kind of like that. It's like you are triggering these people by posting these things and not caring. It's like my number one thing in life that I say to others is to be mindful of other people. And people don't seem to do that. And I can't wrap my head around it. Obviously it's never going to end, and I get that. Like, it's like, oh Jenny, like, you're trying your hardest and but like your efforts aren't going to do much, and I'm like, okay, I get that because I understand. But if at least maybe somebody sees it that does it and then realizes like, oh, like, I've been doing that kind of, I should probably stop, then maybe it'll start to work. So basically, the things I mean is like people making fun of people who have drug addictions, or people who make fun of people and be like, oh, that person looks like a crack addict. Or people, like, I'm sorry, but addictions is also a very big issue, and people don't go into life wanting to have an addiction, okay? People don't do that. I don't have any addictions. Like, I'm just bipolar. So, well, I'm not just bipolar, it's still pretty bad. I don't want to like degrade my illness, but I don't have any addiction, so I can't actually relate to these people. But like, why are we making fun of that? It's obviously something that is very traumatizing and very hard to deal with, so why make fun of that kind of thing? Like, okay, yes, like, if somebody's making you mad, you have the right to take them down. Well, you shouldn't, but if you're going to take them down a notch because they're making you mad, one, you should be the bigger person and just not bother, because that's going to make you a better person. Because you can't fight hate with hate. If you fight hate with hate, then it's just going to be a bigger war, basically. So why not be the bigger person and spew love towards them? That's what I do anyways. Or rise above them and just not think about it. Or post about it because you're the one that looks like an asshole. And this isn't directed to anybody in particular, it's just I've been seeing things like, oh, it looks like such a crack addict today. Do you know how horrible that is? Like, do you not realize how degrading that is to that person that has an illness that cannot help it? Like, I'm sorry, but sometimes I get up out of bed in the morning and I'm like, oh my god, I look very ill. People wouldn't judge me though, because it's more acceptable to have a mental illness that is bipolar depression or something other than drug addictions, apparently. Well, I'm sorry, but like, it's still a mental illness, and you still, if you're gonna be like, oh, I just want to stop the stigma, well, then you have to stop the stigma about drug addictions as well, okay? Sorry, but that's the truth. I guess I'm talking about drug addictions today. I don't know. Oh, anyways, but that's just one example. Like, I've just seen people like going on and on, like, oh, whatever. But people like taking people down because of something they cannot help is wrong, okay? Like, you don't go to someone and be like, oh my god, like, you're just crippled. Does that happen very often? No. People who go into this world do not say, oh, I'm gonna abuse alcohol sometimes, or oh, I'm gonna start to do meth, or like, people don't just do that, okay? They might try it, and then they get hooked, and that is not their fault, and like, no one has the intention of that kind of thing happening. Or they could take a drug that's laced with something. Like, you just don't know the situation, so mind your business. That's just my interpretation. Like, if somebody needs help, you shouldn't be bashing them about their problems. Like, we all have issues, so no one's perfect. Basically, like, my opinion, if you are having an issue with somebody, and I'm guilty of taking people down a notch because sometimes it's just human nature, you gotta. But the best way to win a situation is to rise above people and not be negative. And I'm starting to learn this a lot in my life because, like, I've gone through my life just being like, oh, well, fuck them, basically. That doesn't get you anywhere, though. You have to rise above people in order to win. And that's just how life is, because if you don't, you're just the same as them. And it is unfortunate that there are people in this world that have to cause drama or cause grief or something in your life, but it's life. So you can either take the high road or the low road. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That's just it. But yeah, I see that, and then I seen a post on my Facebook. Actually, one sec. I'm gonna grab the post that it was. Okay, one sec. I just gotta find it. And this was something that I was like, okay, no, like, enough. And then I seen the comments on it, and I was even more mad. But I'm gonna find it so that you understand what I mean. Okay. It's this picture here. So I don't know if you can't even see it. Anyways, it says, females be proud as hell to have a problem. And then it says in quotations, I'm bipolar AF, kiss mark, hard eye face, end quotations. And then it's like, this little picture, you know that meme. Bitch, do you want an award for being mental? Okay, like, let's just step it down a notch. Because yes, I would like an award sometimes for my bad days and getting through them, because I'm a bad bitch for getting through some of the stuff I get through. And so is everybody else who has a mental illness. So, yeah, we should get awards, actually. Like, go me. I survived another day. Like, I'm proud of myself for getting through it. Like, for me, I'm actually going to be pretty, like, okay, I have bipolar, like, okay. Like, I could either sit in my bed and cry about it for the rest of my life because it's never gonna go away, or I could go out and do what I'm doing and try to raise awareness for other illnesses and my illness and be the voice and all this stuff. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, I'll post whatever I want to post about it. Like, I've just been seeing that kind of stuff, and, like, just stuff, like, I've just seen so much stuff on Facebook, and I'm not trying to say, like, oh, like, people are gonna be like, just get rid of Facebook. Okay, no, that's not the issue, because I'm not actually affected by it, but other people might be, and I want to stand up for them. So, I didn't intend on this to be an actual huge rant, so I'm very sorry. But yeah, no, like, I've just been seeing that kind of stuff, and then, and I'm sorry if this person sees this, actually, I'm not, at all. I'm just a nice person, and I feel bad for talking about people. But I posted that, and, like, I shared it, right? And I said, like, oh my god, like, I don't even know what I said. Being like, this has gotta stop. And somebody had the audacity to share the post. Just share the post. Okay, and I was like, oh. Well, yikes. That's wow. No, like, screw you. I don't know, man. I just think that, like, we have to be so much more accepting of it, because of you, like, the people who are watching this being like, oh, like, who cares? We have to stop taking things so serious. Okay, that's another thing. We have to stop taking things so serious. I'm sorry, but I live with a freaking crippling disorder, and other people live with these crippling disorders and illnesses, and no, we don't have to take things less serious because we're affected every day by something, okay? We do not have to do that. We don't have to listen to you at all. People, like, say, oh, like, don't worry what's on the internet now, bitch. I'm sorry for cursing. But no, I will worry, because people like me, I don't actually get that affected by it, but I get affected for other people who might get affected by it, if that makes any sense. Because I don't want people seeing that and being, like, upset because they can't speak about their problems anymore, because these things they see on the internet are basically saying not to worry because it's not that big of a deal. No, mental health is a big deal, okay? Let me tell you, mental health is a huge deal. It affects 1 in 5 people, and pretty much everybody knows somebody who has a mental illness. So, like, yeah, that's food for thought. So if you had a friend that had mental illness and you were basically just gonna go and say these kind of things and post these kind of things, well, they're gonna be affected maybe, and then they can't trust you. So, yeah. I'm gonna end this video because it's 10 minutes and 45 seconds. But literally just food for thought, guys. When you're going to share these memes or like pictures, even if you don't think it's upsetting, it can be, okay? And it's not to me, so don't think that it's affecting me in any way, because if I see these things, I'm like, okay, like, screw you. But some people are not like that, and some people actually take it to heart, and that can actually cost people a life. And people, oh, don't be so serious. Nah, I will be serious about this, because this is a serious freaking thing. It is an epidemic in the world right now, mental illnesses, and it has been for a long time, and there's not much we can do about it because, like, I don't know, the systems just suck. But we don't have to be adding to the problem, okay? We don't. At all. We don't have to be adding to it. And, yeah, I'm pretty heated. I'm sorry, like, I know I swore a few times and I don't really want to come across as like that on the internet. I try not to swear, but like, sometimes you just gotta tell people how it is. And, yeah, like, I've just been seeing these kind of things, and it's like, we don't have to be so mean. Why can't we be mindful to other people? Like, I'm sorry, but I'm nice to everyone I see, no matter if they do me wrong. Like, I let them know when they do me wrong, but afterwards I'm still nice to them. Like, I don't let everybody know. Like, I'm like, why can't we just be mindful? I don't know. And then there's people that will, like, I don't know, okay, and also I want to put it in perspective here. If you have a mental illness and you want to make fun of your mental illness as a coping mechanism, that is okay, because you know what, sometimes I say that kind of stuff, I laugh about my mental illness, because there's nothing I can do about it. I have one. Like, why am I going to trap myself in my body and be sad about it? Of course I'm going to make some jokes. Like, sometimes I'll be like, whoa, like, you went from 0 to 100 real quick. Because I did. Ooh. But, if you don't have an illness, don't make fun of it. That's all that I have to say. If you don't have a drug addiction, don't make fun of it. If you don't have bipolar, don't make fun of it. If you are watching people cope with their illnesses, do not make fun of how they are doing it. Okay? Do not. Be mindful, people. That's all I gotta say. Because this world can be very sick, and it includes sick people who are sick mentally and physically, but I'm focusing on the mental side of it. And we gotta just love each other, okay? We just gotta be one big family and support each other and not be these negative people that are spewing these memes, okay? Like, okay, some memes are funny, but like, we don't have to share them if we don't have an illness, okay? We don't have, and I don't know, people be like, oh, you don't know if they do or not. Okay, I get that, but I wouldn't share something about bipolar to the whole world to see, and other people who have bipolar to see, because maybe those people don't find it funny. Like, I don't know, that's just me. Like, if you didn't have, I don't know, you're not gonna go make fun of something you don't have. I don't know. It stresses me out. Like, I personally want to spread, like, positive energies on my illness. I can make fun of it behind closed doors, because, like, screw mental health, or mental illness, but it's just all perspective, right? And my perspective is, I thought I was going to end this a few minutes ago, but I'm not. It's all about perspective, and if you don't have an illness, and if you don't have an illness, or you don't think you have an illness, then it should be off the charts for you to talk about in a negative way, okay? If you think you have an illness, go seek help, please. Get your diagnosis. Get the proper treatment you need. If that's medications, get medications. If you can't afford medications, go, like, I don't know, just get your help that you need, okay? Or talk to somebody that can help you. My inbox is on all social medias are always open for people to come and get help in any way. Like, get your help, because it's important. But if you don't have an illness, don't make fun of it. And if you do have an illness, make fun of it on your own time, because honestly, if you keep, like, if someone was to go through Facebook and see that and be like, oh my god, like, they're making fun of my illness, like, and then they just think stuff, because that's just how things work sometimes. Like, I don't know, I'm not shook by that kind of stuff because I know who I am and all this, but some people don't. And this is just food for thought. So this went literally from drug addictions to this, but it's all tied together here. We need to be mindful of each other, and we need to just, like, if you can't love everybody, like, that's okay. Some people just can't, and that's understandable. Some people have antisocial problems, and people have, like, insecurities of their own. I get that. But just don't spew hate, because some people just can't help the way they are. Okay, and some people, like, are ashamed of what they have. I'm not, because I can't, like, there's no use for me to be ashamed. And I hope people see this message and see I shouldn't be ashamed. I have it. Let's kick its ass. Basically. Because kick it right in the booty. We don't need to, like, sit back and be upset. I mean, you're gonna have your days that is gonna be like, why me? And that's gonna happen, and that happens a lot. But, like, I don't know. Like, this is a long video, but I think I just completely opened up and explained what's been on my chest. And I hope people get something out of it. And some people are going to be like, oh my god, like, she's going on again and again. And that's another thing, too. If you got a problem with people who are advocates for mental health, like, leave. Just leave my Facebook, okay? Because I'm doing what I believe in, and, like, there's a delete button if I'm annoying to people. There is. Or, like, Instagram. That has nothing to do with this. Or YouTube. Don't subscribe to me if you don't like it. Don't watch it if you don't like it. And I literally, like, I don't know, I want to say, too, that I'm not a psychologist, so if people are, like, watching it and thinking, oh, well, she's not even a doctor, like, why she don't, like, I get that, too. But, yeah. I'm just giving people food for thought, really. So anyways, in conclusion, people, be mindful and try to love everybody, and yeah, I think I covered all the bases today.